Hello everybody and welcome. We are back in the sim and I've got a whole bunch of checklists and procedures that we are going to try and run until we get them down cold. So, let's do it. Pre-takeoff checklist, which basically consists of LATs. Lights, heading, altimeter, transponder, trim time, and seat belts. Let's assume lights on, altimeter to altitude. Altimeter, we are going to spoof so that I can get used to the numbers at the Force Academy airfield, which is 65.5, which is completely wrong, but good enough. Trim is set for takeoff. Seatbelts are fastened. That's lights, camera, action as in altitude, and time. So normal takeoff. We are on the runway. Takeoff clearance. Academy Rally 01 ready for takeoff. 16 left. Holding short, 16 left. So, clear for takeoff. Fly full power, rotate at VR, VY, which is 60 and 80 on this bird. So, flap speed coming up to full. RPM full. There's 55, 60, rotate. Pitching for, it's 70. Let's pitch for 70. A little more temperamental over here. But there is 69, Academy Tower, Rally 01, request closed traffic. Now 01, closed traffic approved. Therefore we are going to turn crosswind. Still climbing for 73 and 30 degrees of bank. We're going to keep it coordinated. We should have had a crosswind in there. We did not, so we're going to compensate for that a little bit. And we're going to run LC Gumps. Lights, carb heat out, gas on the fullest tank, undercarriage, down and locked, mixture set forward, prop and power, and seatbelts pulling to 2,000 RPM. I can't actually see if we are next to the airport, but I assume we are. We're going to maintain 73. Let's decide that is roughly a beam the numbers, going to 1500 and flaps 10. If I can find it. Pitching for 65, and that's about 45. Let's make our right hand turn, pulling a little too much, for 500 feet per minute. Level off, looking for the runway, flaps 20, not seeing the runway, adding a little bit more power. There's the runway, we're right next to it. 1500 is actually just right, but it also looks like 55. So, turning final, going full flaps. We are high because we way overshot it. There we go, that should help us. Bringing a little power in. Bumpy out here today. Let's pitch for airspeed, power for altitude. So we need to add a lot of power. We are really far away. And we're going to pitch for 55. It's gusty and windy out here, unfortunately. Runway's made, power out, hold it off. Alright, flaps all the way up. Power full, carb heat, then power. In center line, 55 knots, pulling on the stick. Climbing runway heading, 70 knots. Just stay over the runway. We want to fly coordinated. And I forgot like half the radio calls on that one. That's bad. And 79, Academy Tower, Rally 01, request closed. Closed traffic approved. Now we turn. And it's normally about 73 that I actually make the downwind turn. Normal takeoff, normal landing. Alright, and it's right about there. So we're gonna pull to 22, maintain 73. Academy Tower, Rally 01 base. Academy Tower, Rally 01 downwind. Important difference there. Very important difference actually. Maintaining 2,000, LC Gumps. Lights, carb heat, gas on the fullest tank, undercarriage is down and locked, mixture is set, power, prop and power are both set, gas is on the fullest, we checked that, PS, seatbelts are down and locked to beam the numbers, 1500, 10 degrees of flaps, we're going to maintain 65, and Academy Tower Rally 01 base. We are both high and kind of close. This thing falls like a rock. And we're going to level out. Flaps 20. Clear everywhere. A little more power. This thing does not fly like the real one. So we're just going to have to use power. Although we do need to descend a lot. Enemy 01 final. Rally 01 final. I think this is a 55 knot. That is base final stabilized. We are left and high, but we are coming in. On glide path, not on centerline, we are left. Let's see, speed. I don't remember. At this point, runway is made. Oof. Alright. Flaps, carb heat, power. Getting centerline as best we can. Pitching for 70. Getting it trimmed for 70. And we're almost there. Academy Tower, Rally 01, request closed. Close traffic approved. There's 30, hold that. Hold 70 knots. And there's our 90. We gotta roll out half of our bank, so 15 degrees before. And we are basically Academy Rally 01 downwind. And that is actually a thing. The directional gyro is not aligned, which is actually a thing. Pull into 2000, LC Gumps. Lights are on. Carb heat is out. Undercarriage is down. Mixture is set. Prop and power both set. And seat belts are both on. And beam the numbers, pulling 15. Flaps going out the first notch, 10 degrees. And turning base. A little bit of power on the turn. Going to maintain 60 knots. And Academy Rally 01 base. Leveling out, looking for the runway right next to us. Academy Rally 01 final. Overshot. Don't chase it. We're going to do a flaps 20 landing because it's so windy. Left center line, high on the glide slope. Left center line, high on the glide slope, 50 knots. And 50 on glide slope on center line. Nope, left center line, but we are on power. Sorry. We are now below glide slope. Weather just changed. And runway is made, pulling power. Oof. It tends to work out a little better in the real world. Flaps up, carb heat in, power coming on. Smoothly advancing to full. Alright, last one. Gotta get everything correct. Then we're gonna do a full stop landing. 60, pulling, climbing, 70 knots. Trying to get everything perfect on this one. Pitch, power, airspeed, gusty. And Academy Tower, Rally 01, request closed. Closed traffic approved. Making our turn, coordinated. There's 90-ish, heading towards Pikes Peak. And 70 knots. Pattern altitude, pulling power to 2000. Starting our turn. It's 30 degrees in the pattern. Increasing in speed, so we want to pull back just a little bit more. And leveling out, should have done that 15 degrees before, but we caught it. So, to the checklist. LC Gumps, lights on, carb heat out, undercarriage down and locked, mixture is set, props and primer are set, and seatbelts are on. LC Gumps complete, beam the numbers, 1500 on the power, flaps to first, maintain 65, and we'll maintain about 500 feet per minute down. Academy Tower Rally 01 base. We're descending like crazy. And coming out. Everything is clear. Oop, need a little bit more. Academy Tower Rally 01 final. I'll mess that one up a bit. We're going to land flaps 20. Mess that one up a lot. It's just hard when you have no peripherals. Peripherals. And normally we aim for the numbers, but we are aiming for the PAPI lights on this one. So we're actually going to call 50 feet there-ish. That's built for airliners. So we're going to call 50 there. Pulling power. Holding off. Got to stall it on pretty good. The idea is to just keep pulling, and you'll feel when it gets light. Alright, let's leave carb heat out for now. But the after takeoff checklist is to put carb heat in, flaps all the way up, pull off, and request taxi clearance. So Rally 01 request full stop. Actually, we should have said closed full stop when we took off, or base full stop. Would have been helpful. And we're going to call that stoppy enough because this thing is so long. It just keeps going. In real world, we would have landed way longer probably. But hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing a little bit of the pattern. It was kind of fun, kind of useful. But thank you guys for joining, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.